Welcome back to Ink and Insights, your channel for uncovering the roots and evolution of literature and language. Today, we're exploring the fascinating history of the English language from its earliest beginnings to its global dominance today. English didn't appear out of nowhere. It's the result of centuries of migrations, invasions, cultural shifts, and linguistic blending. Before English even existed, the land we now call Britain was home to Celtic languages spoken by native tribes. Then the story truly began with the arrival of new peoples and languages. The origins, Old English, from around 450 to 1100 English is a West Germanic language. It developed from languages spoken by tribes like the Anglo-Saxons and Jutes who migrated to Britain in the mid-5th century. These tribes brought with them Germanic dialects that would become the foundation of Old English. This early form of English sounds very different from the English we know today. Modern English speakers would find Old English nearly impossible to understand. Old English was highly inflected. Old English literature flourished during this period, producing famous works such as Beowulf, an epic poem. To contact and transformation, the Viking and Norman influences, Old English didn't remain static. Around the 8th and 9th centuries, Viking invasions brought Old Norse influences into the language. These Norse loans affected vocabulary and grammar, helping shape English into a more flexible, less inflected language. Then came 1066, a turning point in English history. In the Battle of Hastings, William the Conqueror defeated Anglo-Saxon England. This ushered in Norman rule. For nearly 300 years, French became the language of the elite, law, and administration. As a result, English absorbed thousands of French words, from everyday expressions like court, justice, and royal, to abstract vocabulary such as chance, reason, and regret. This blending of Germanic and Romance elements made Middle English uniquely rich and set the stage for further expansion. 3. Middle English and the printing press. From around 1100 to 1500, as centuries passed, Old English evolved into Middle English, a form more recognizably ancestral to modern English. Grammar became simpler, many inflectional endings were lost, and word order began to look more like what we use today. One of the most important events was the introduction of the printing press to England by William Caxton in 1476. Printing helped standardize English spelling and increased literacy, bringing written English to a much wider audience. During this time, works like Geoffrey Chaucer's The Canterbury Tales were written, showcasing the expressive potential of Middle English. For early modern English, Shakespeare and the Great Vowel Shift. From around 1500 to 1700, the transition to early modern English marked a dramatic leap toward the language we speak today. Two key forces shaped this period. First, the Great Vowel Shift. Between the 15th and 17th centuries, long vowel sounds changed their pronunciation. This is why words like meat and meat came to sound the way they do today, even though they were pronounced differently in the past. Second, a literary explosion. This age also gave us some of the greatest writers in English. Figures like William Shakespeare wrote in early modern English, contributing thousands of new words and phrases to the language. His plays and sonnets demonstrate the flexibility, nuance, and expressive range that English had developed by this time. These changes helped solidify English as a tool of expression, creativity, and scholarly discourse. 5. Modern English. From 1700 to the present, standardization and global spread. By the 18th century, English had become more standardized thanks to influential dictionaries and grammars. Most notably Samuel Johnson's Dictionary of the English Language published in 1755, which helped stabilize spelling and usage. The British Empire's global reach spread English around the world. From North America to Africa, Australia, and Asia, English became a language of trade, education, law, and culture. In the 20th century and beyond, English evolved further with technological, scientific, and cultural changes. It became a dominant global lingua franca, a language used for international communication in academia, business, and media. Today, more than 1.5 billion people speak English, with millions more learning it as a second or foreign language, making it one of the most widely spoken languages in human history. 6. Features that make English unique. English today is known for a flexible vocabulary that absorbs words from many languages. Relatively simple grammar compared with its Old English ancestor and other languages. Ongoing evolution, with new words constantly emerging from technology, culture, and global interactions. English also continues to change regionally, with distinct varieties like British, American, Indian, and African English. Reflecting historical and cultural influences. 7. Why English endures. Despite predictions that languages rise and fall, English remains resilient, not static, but constantly evolving. Its adaptability has helped it thrive through centuries of change. Whether through conquest, trade, literature, or the internet, English continues to grow, burrow, innovate, and spread, revealing that the story of a language is never truly finished. From Anglo-Saxon settlers to Shakespeare's sonnets, from Caxton's printing press to global communication networks. The history of English is a remarkable journey of transformation, influence, and diversity. Thanks for watching this deep dive into the history of English. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more literary histories and language breakthroughs from Ink and Insights.